lot of community participation, with large numbers of people turning out on the weekends to work on projects. This keen interest, however, was interrupted temporarily by a period of open discontent when house rates were introduced. Did you know that villagers expressed strong opposition to this measure, as it was seen as a move by government to tax rural folks? Did you know that such opposition later gave way to healthy support for the councils when their contribution to the development of the villages were manifested? Did you know that this resulted in a phenomenal growth in rural local authorities in the 1960s? Did you know that in 1939, village boards were granted legal status, and in 1954, they were changed to village councils? Did you know that the latest revision to their constitution was undertaken in 1961? Presently, there are 42 local authorities: the Roseau City Council, the Portsmouth Town Council, the Canefield Urban Council, the Kalinago Council, and the 38 village councils throughout the island. Did you know? Made possible compliments of the good folks of Courts Dominica Limited and your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, we bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley to be the keynote speaker as the Dominica Labour Party holds its national rally on the 1st of June. Grenada is taking steps to have the death penalty taken off the books. Pope Leo XIV holds his first mass as head of the Catholic Church, and Dominica and Barbados play to a goalless draw in an international friendly. And still up in sports, the Indian Premier League, the IPL, has been suspended due to tensions between India and Pakistan. Good morning, I'm Gavin Richards with the DBS Major Morning News. The details right after this.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
And the results for the best evaporated milk is in. Distinction evaporated milk is 100% pure milk. Distinction milk is a fantastic source of calcium, protein, and essential source of vitamins A and D and other nutrients. The great news is that Distinction milk has no added ingredients and no preservatives. Always fresh, always pure, always rich. Now available in 2 sizes, 170 grams and 410 grams. Distinction evaporated milk is perfect for the family to enjoy no matter how you choose to serve it. Distinction milk is always wholesome and always nutritious. For healthy bones and better immune system, choose Distinction evaporated milk. Distributed by Fine Foods and available island-wide.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back. First up in the news this morning, Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley will be the keynote speaker as the Dominica Labour Party holds its national rally on the 1st of June at the Jubla playing field. The national rally is set to be the major highlight of the Labour Party's 70th anniversary celebrations. The DLP, in a statement last night, said that this milestone event will bring together party members, supporters and citizens from across Dominica in a powerful show of unity, resilience and shared vision. The party has also officially announced that the keynote speaker will be the Honorable Mia Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados and political leader of the Barbados Labour Party. The party describes Prime Minister Motley as a regional icon and champion for Caribbean unity and development. The Labour Party, in its statement, went on to say that the party has stood as a pillar of peace, a foundation of stability, and a champion of national progress. The party is pointing out to its many achievements in infrastructure and education, healthcare, economic growth, and says that it remains committed to building a stronger and more resilient Dominica. In some more news this morning, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says that government will seek authorization for a loan from the World Bank when Parliament convenes on the 19th of May. The Prime Minister says that part of the loan will facilitate the resettlement of the communities of Campbell, Petit Soufriere and Saint-Sauveur.
We go to Parliament on the 19th to approve a loan that we have contracted from the World Bank. And so we are grateful to the World Bank for making this loan available. We have taken this loan by the route of budgetary support. As you know, the World Bank has two routes, either project or budgetary support. The reality is something the project route takes a longer period for procurement. And we decided to go the route of budget support. The World Bank has been very helpful and very facilitating. So we go to Parliament to do this, and a big chunk of the money will be used for the relocation or resettlement of Campbell. So we will start. We will not have all the monies to do every single home, but certainly we will start. I will start with the most vulnerable people in Campbell. That's one. And secondly, also the resettlement of Petit Soufriere and Saint-Sauveur and parts of Wood Hope. We've already acquired the lands for both settlements. We'll be cranking up with regards to the infrastructure, the completion of the roads, and ensuring that we can start the homes. We are finalizing the designs. We have some concepts, and that's to finalize and submit it to planning for both areas. And so it's good news for these communities. And also we'll use some of the funds to pay off some of the service providers we owe in the country.
Mr. Skerrit says government will seek approval from Parliament for another loan to finance the implementation of the electoral reform process.
I want to ensure that the Electoral Commission has all of the money up front, so nobody says that they don't have the money. And then I also directed the Ministry of Finance to engage the Electoral Commission to establish the fund that has been mandated in the law, so the Commission has independent access to the funds. I know the Electoral Commission has submitted for Excellency the President the budget for the electoral reform. This is in excess of $8 million, and so those funds will be made available. The Ministry of Finance has started discussing the issue of the loan, and I'm hoping that we can go to Parliament on May 19th as well to contract this loan, and so transfer the money in one scoop to the Electoral Commission. So they have the law, they have the money, and so the executive, that is the cabinet, the government, has done what it's supposed to do insofar as electoral reform is concerned. So that more than likely will be another item on the order paper for May 19th. More than likely we will contract this loan from the National Bank for the Electoral Commission. And we've done so as a matter of principle and to ensure that there's transparency in the whole process. So nobody can accuse me or the government and say, well, they don't have the money and the money don't come yet and this and that. And I don't want anybody to have any excuse whatsoever on this matter. So I have decided this is the best route to go. And so the record will show. And I want to ensure that the check doesn't go into the consolidated fund. It goes straight from the National Bank into the account that would have been created for the Electoral Commission.
Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Dominica has seen a slight decrease in gun-related homicides within the period 2020 to 2025. Acting Police Chief Lincoln Corbett made the revelation during a press briefing yesterday.
I appeal and encourage all those with firearms without a license to surrender this firearm to the police. And just by way of some statistics, between the period 2020 to 2025, That is statistics where firearms have been used in the commission of crimes. In 2020, we had 7 homicides committed using firearms and 15 shooting with intent with the use of firearms. In 2021, we had 0 homicides by use of firearms and 6 shooting with intent. In 2022, 12 homicides by use of firearms, 3 attempted murders, and 21 shooting with intent. 2023, 10 homicides, 1 attempted murder, 15 shooting with intent. 2024, 7 homicides, 1 attempted murder, and 23 shooting with intent. For the year 2025, I shouldn't say so far, hopefully we have no more. 3 homicides by use of firearms, 2 attempted murders, and 6 shooting with intent. We will continue to take all legal means at the disposal of the police to ensure that these perpetrators are hunted down, yes, I said hunted down, and brought to justice. This nonsense has to stop. I repeat that. We will take all legal means at our disposal to ensure that the perpetrators of these heinous crimes are hunted down and brought to justice. This has to stop. It has to stop.
And that's the acting police chief, Lincoln Corbett. Parliamentary representative for the Cottage constituency, Roland Royer, has endorsed the 2025 Poker Run event. The 3rd annual Poker Run, which is being organized by the Almond Deck in Tukari, was officially launched yesterday at the State House Conference Center. This year's Poker Run will be held on August 24th from Marboy's Bar to Tukari.
The Poker Run is more than just a fun day out at the water. It presents a bold and dynamic addition to Dominica's tourism product, offering visitors a unique experience that showcases the natural beauty of our coastline, our vibrant marine culture, and our people's hospitality. The fact that it consistently attracts participants from across the region, it is a testament to its growing appeal and its ability to serve as a catalyst for regional tourism. Importantly, the culmination of the Poker Run at Tukari Bay, right in the heart of the Cottage constituency, is both symbolic and significant. It reflects the potential of rural communities to host world-class events and benefit from increased visibility, economic activity, and cultural exchange.
A parliamentary representative for the Cottage constituency, Roland Royer, meantime event organizer Reginald Ostry, says more regional groups have already expressed interest in being part of the Poker Run 2025.
Poker Run has a wide reach. In fact, last year we had participants from Martinique, we had participants from Guadeloupe, St. Lucia, and this year we have received interest from the groups in Totola. So Poker Run seem to be taking on a regional dimension. Also, the French are very, very strong in their marine activities. And in fact, this year, we'll be mounting missions to physically go because we left it up to them to come. They invited themselves. And this year, we intend to make the effort to go to them. In fact, we have already been reaching out to them, and we'll be mounting a mission, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 of us. We'll go to the various departments and to push the message of Poker Run and to get them to come down to participate in the event. And we believe if the plans we have for Poker Run moving forward, this can add significantly to not only people coming into Dominica, but people who will stay over. Because right now, Poker Run is 1 day. And I will tell you there's some serious consideration for making it a 2-day event where people will come and they will stay over and we will see the spill off within the communities.
And that's event organizer Reginald Ostry. And Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has congratulated His Holiness Pope Leo XIV on his election as the 267th Pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church. Well, in a statement, the Prime Minister said he was extending heartfelt congratulations to the new Pontiff, the first American Pope, on behalf of the government and the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and as a son of the Catholic faith. Well, Mr. Skerrit says the ascension of the new Pope comes at a pivotal moment in the world when nations grapple with conflict, inequality, and the urgent need for peace, compassion, and unity. The Dominican leader adds that His Holiness Pope Leo's leadership is a profound symbol of renewal and hope, reminding the faith constantly invites us to rebuild, reconcile, and recommit to the service of others. Well, let's head into news from the region this morning, as the government of Grenada is planning to remove the death penalty as punishment for criminal offences. This was disclosed by Crown Counsel in the Office of the Attorney General, Ray Thomas. Thomas said before a final decision is made, the public will provide suggestions and recommendations as part of the consultative process. Grenada is one of 14 states being reviewed by the UPR Working Group. Thomas told the UPR Working Group that removal of the death penalty is the government's intention. However, she did not provide a timeline for the process. According to Thomas, the last hanging occurred in Grenada in 1978, and there have been no state executions since that time. She says the Privy Council has ruled the death penalty in Grenada as constitutional, and Thomas says as a result, there has been a moratorium since the last state execution. And on the international scene, Pope Leo XIV celebrated his first Mass this morning, the day after being elected as pontiff. He told cardinals gathered in the Sistine Chapel that he hopes his election can help the Catholic Church bring light to the dark nights of this world. Born in Chicago as Robert Prevost, he's the first North American to be elected as Pope, and the U.S. President Donald Trump called it a great honor. Well, Pope Leo is seen as a reformer and worked for many years as a missionary in Peru, which he reportedly calls his second homeland. Well, that's the news. Let's recap the headlines. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley to be the keynote speaker as the Dominica Labour Party holds its national rally on the 1st of June. Grenada taking steps to have the death penalty taken off the books. Pope Leo holds his first Mass as head of the Catholic Church. And coming up in sports, Dominica and Barbados play to a goalless draw in an international friendly. And the Indian Premier League, the IPL, has been suspended due to tensions between India and Pakistan. That's the news. Stay tuned for sports.
Soft weave bathroom tissue, napkins, and paper towels are the perfect choice for your home. Manufactured with virgin fibers, it's the quality that you and your family deserve. New Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue is produced at high temperatures to remove microorganisms. It's pH controlled to protect your skin and produced with UV light disinfection to eliminate bacteria and viruses, providing maximum protection. Soft Weave, distributed by Fine Foods Inc. and sold island-wide. Soft Weave. Quality, affordability, manufactured with you in mind.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank. NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank. The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way. To pay your bills with Mobanking. The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier Pay employees on Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank. Plus, you can now top up your phone on Mobanking. No need for cash or card. Simply log into Mobanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details. The faster, easier way to bank. NBD. Your partner, your bank.
Welcome to the Morning Sports Report. Let's kick off with football news as the men's senior national football team and Barbados played to a goalless draw in their first of two international friendlies at the DFA Technical Center last night. Well, Dominica created a number of chances but couldn't convert. Head coach of the team, Ellington Sabin, says, however, there were many aspects of the game that he was pleased with.
Yeah, the guys went about the game nicely. I mean, no chance to get the back on that, but overall I was satisfied with how they played.
All right, it was a game where we saw some, youngsters really coming in, making a name for themselves. Let's talk us through the game plan today.
Well, the game plan ready to expose the players and to come on and continue to Barbados. Try and score one of the goals and get them chances. That was also part of the game plan. Great chances, but unfortunately, it was nice to see and to expose some youngsters today. And on Sunday, we continue to expose the youngsters. It's about exposing players.
All right, Coach, what are some of the real positives from this game? Let's look, for example, the fact that we got a clean sheet.
Well, we got a clean sheet and producing goalkeeper and the defensive unit. And the team as a whole for defending the game throughout. Also, there were some bright spots. Like I said, the chances we created. The keeper for Barbados had a few shots to save. A few dangerous shots to save, I might add. So that was some good coming from me. And the leadership from senior players, as well as the energy coming in from the sub that were brought into the game.
All right, what can we take from this result as we look to the game on Sunday at Windsor Park?
Well, I mean, a draw is always better than a loss. We can take the fact that we kept a clean sheet, we didn't concede any goal. I'm going to Windsor Park on Sunday. There's all to play for. It's about doing and exposing more players and trying our best to motivate the team.
And that's head coach of the national football team, Ellington Sabin. Meantime, team captain Travis Joseph was happy with the energy from the young players.
My thoughts on the game, I think we played a good game. It's been a while we haven't played an international game, so we have to, take a little bit of time to get accustomed with the pace of the match, and I think we did well.
All right, it was a game, with a lot of youngsters involved. Your thoughts as to how they went about things tonight?
For me, the youngsters look like, they have over 20 caps because especially Jalen, centre-back, when he was playing composed, I was really surprised. So, kudos to Jalen because, trust me, he showed a lot of maturity and the rest of the other guys, they put in a great shift. So that's a very good sign for us.
All right, we got a number of chances to score, but we were not able to convert. But I'm sure you must be happy with the build-up and everything that you saw.
Yeah, for sure, because the problem with most things is when you are not creating. So as long as we are creating, we are in very good spirit and just a matter of time for the goals to come. So we just have to build on that and create a lot of more chances and be more clinical in the next game on Sunday.
All right, and let's look ahead to Sunday. Like you said, we want to capitalize on that. But defensively, a quick word as to how the guys went about with that clean sheet.
Yeah, I think my defense hold well for the 90 minutes. We stayed compact. Jay was spearheading at the back. showing his seniority, and I think we did well, and our keeper at the back of them as well, Jerome. Jerome did exceptionally well for us in the goal, and I just want to say kudos to my defense because they fought hard for the entire game and kept us in the game as well.
All right, and finally, Travis, these 2 games forming part of the preparations for the World Cup qualifiers, which we have in June. So what will be the message to the guys for that final game on Sunday?
Well, as we told most of the new guys that came in, this is an opportunity for them to make a name for themselves and for them to book a spot for the games in June. So we as senior players are just here to help them and, of course, sharpen on our craft as well for the next 2 matches in June.
And that's the national team captain, Travis Joseph. Meantime, Barbados head coach Kent Hall says the game gave his staff a chance to look at some new players as well.
Overall, I would say pretty evenly balanced. We tried to. It's a pretty new group of players, so there were a lot of guys trying to feel out each other, trying to get used to the system that we play as well, and I could see it. We grew a little bit as the game progressed as well in terms of confidence and how we connected on the field. So I'm generally pleased with the progress made tonight. It could easily have gone one way or the other. I think both teams had the odd chance here or there, or the odd half chance. We want to see now if we can turn the half chances into full chances and convert on them. And then on the other side of the field, we got to see how we can tidy things up a little bit and make sure that we're not vulnerable to what you guys got to offer.
Your goalkeeper was pretty good tonight. Had a number of big saves, really kept you guys in the game.
There were a couple good saves. I mean, saves that we expect him to make, though. We have quality players. As much as it's a very youthful goalkeeping lineup, they're experienced for their age, and we fully confident in their capabilities. So, important saves, but nothing, as I said, that I wouldn't expect them to make.
All right. Finally, as look ahead to Sunday, the big game on Sunday. What would be, your message to the guys over the next few days?
Well, first thing obviously is we got to rest, we got to recover, but then we also have to really analyze the performance. We obviously have an opportunity now to more closely analyze the opponent as well. And the most important thing for us is these games are for us to develop, right? So just to find ways that we can be better and just to keep improving. We're trying to build for the future. We know we've got World Cup qualifiers in June, but the truth is we're thinking even further than that. We got promoted to League B in the Nations League, and so long term we really want to try to help raise the standard that we can stay in League B.
And that's the Barbados head coach Kent Hall. Well, the 2 teams will meet again on Sunday at Windsor Park from 4 o'clock. And speaking of Windsor Park, Windsor Park will be the venue this afternoon as the curtains come down on the Sports Division Secondary Schools Under 20 Boys and Girls Basketball Championships. The Portsmouth Secondary School will be going in search of their 5th straight title in the girls division when they meet the Convent High School in the finals this afternoon from 3 o'clock at Windsor Park. And immediately following that is the boys final, where a new champion will be crowned as the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School will take on the Dominica State College. There's also some netball action on today as the Sports Division Secondary Schools Under 14 Netball Championships get underway at the Marigot Hardcourt. The Northeast Comprehensive A team will play the Castlebrew Secondary School. And there's also one match on this morning as well in the Sports Division Secondary Schools Under 15 cricket competition. Castlebrew Secondary School will take on the Northeast Comprehensive. That game is set for the Londonderry playing field. In some matches earlier this week, we saw the Northeast Comprehensive and the Dominica Grammar School playing well, they didn't get any action actually, as that game was abandoned due to a wet outfield, while the Portsmouth Secondary School and St. Mary's Academy played to no result. Staying with cricket news, the Windward Islands Infernos captain Alec Athanase says his team is clicking at the right time, but the job is not yet done as they continue with their campaign in the CWI Emerging Players Tournament. The Infernos will play the Leeward Islands tonight in the playoff eliminator. A win for the Windwards will see them play Trinidad on Saturday in the finals. Athanase says that the team has to continue to play good cricket.
I think the team clicked at the right time to be honest. That is something that we actually wanted. We wanted everybody to click. Well, everybody hasn't necessarily clicked, but I mean, it is coming together nicely at the end, and that is the business part of the tournament. That is what you really need.
For you personally, it's been a pretty good tournament with the bat. You've made some significant contributions. Is that kind of what you were hoping for?
Well, after the 90-something, to be honest, I was hoping for a bit more. But I think when you look at T20, it's a high-risk game, and you have to understand that you wouldn't contribute as much as you want to all the time. But as long as the team is winning games, then I'm good.
In terms of this, a kind of question around, you've obviously been on the fringes of the Royal squad, but not necessarily playing every game.
Yeah.
So how important was it career-wise, for you to show, in that innings of 90, what you're capable of in this format and showing that you do have that power game for T20?
I think it was important, proving that to myself as well. Like you said, I played for Royals, but I was a bit in and out. So it was kind of important that I proved that I could actually play at this level to myself. So it was really good, to be honest, like how I went through pacing around the innings. It wasn't just an inning where I started slow and then caught up at the end. It was an inning where I was going at a good rate right through the inning. So it was really good.
And that's the Windward Islands Inferno's captain, Alec Athenaeus. The Windwards and Leewards will face each other at 7 tonight. We can quickly tell you that cyclists will test their endurance this weekend as the Dominica Cycling Association stages its 4th road race of the season. Sunday's race will take the riders, or it will test the riders' abilities to climb as the race heads to Bellevue Chopin. We'll give you some more details on that in another sportscast. And also quickly, we can tell you that India has suspended IPL cricket for a week after a night of blackouts and escalating tensions with Pakistan. The Indian Premier League, well, that's the world's richest cricket tournament, has been paused for a week because of the escalating tensions. And officials, they took the decision after a match was abandoned as military exchanges between the two countries continued for a third day. Pakistan said that some 36 people have been killed so far. Well, that's the news. More news and sports at 11 o'clock with the morning news update, and at 1:28 with the 13:15 news. Until then, Gavin Richards saying good morning.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank. NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank. The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way. To pay your bills with Mobanking. The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier Pay employees way. On Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank. Plus, you can now top up your phone on Mobanking. No need for cash or card. Simply log into Mobanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details. The faster, easier way to bank. NBD. Your partner, your bank.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our